episode is this? It doesn't matter.
33. You was close.
That's fine.
Yeah, 33.
33. Oh, this smells strong.
It's not. It's not. It's really good. It's really good.
Oh, okay. And it's not dry either. I can't stand a dry wine.
I love a dry wine.
Do you really?
I can't do sweet wines like that.
I love a sweet wine,
Like,
but a dry wine, I'm like, bitch, I need to chase this with some water.
like when we used to like be really think we was doing some shit in college with the Moscato, like no.
Damn, I still drink Moscato. And Riesling.
Oh yeah, Riesling is that girl.
Yeah.
I'll never shy away from her. But the Moscato,
I still drink it. Moscato gave me a lot of my headaches, though.
correct.
So maybe I should stop drinking that. Well, I haven't had it in a long time.
Yeah.
So what is this?
This is a Franc. So Brandon and I went wine tasting this weekend and was introduced to a Franc, which is some type of red wine. He was explaining it to us. Yeah, but a couple flights in, we was like, But this one, really, we were impressed by it. So we bought a bottle or two.
This is delicious. I'm fucking with this.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to get you a bottle.
Period.
Because, shout us. This was from Hidden. I wanted to say Hidden Ranch.
I was literally thinking Hidden Valley Ranch.
It's called like Hidden Winery. Very, very pretty. Very peaceful.
Yeah.
And pretty inclusive. I was paying it. It's really weird. Well, I don't know if it's weird or not. Like you go in places and I pay very close attention.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To like what's in there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the type of environment and very inclusive. Others were not. I noticed there was one, as I was leaving, I said, Happy Holidays. She said, Merry Christmas.
Ooh.
I mean, and that's fine. But I've kind of conditioned myself to say Happy Holidays because
of society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. But she was like, Merry Christmas.
Damn.
I was like, okay.
Okay.
Well, period.
Got it.
Because, I'm celebrating Christmas, but,
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
You know what I'm saying?
Merry Christmas to y'all.
Yeah.
Last episode of the season. Cheers,
Yes,
since we did it.
Cheers.
Wow. 8 seasons. This is crazy. Every time I think about it, I'm like, yo, we really been committed to this shit.
Deadass, like.
Another cheers to that shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And the fact that, like, we was doing this in each other's bedrooms.
Stop! Oh my God!
We was doing this in each other's bedrooms. Like, we was still living at home.
Yes.
With the parentals.
Yes.
Had to kick Patrick out the room because he always wanted to sit in and record with us.
He was chilling, though. He wasn't barking too much. Just every once in a while.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to invite Patrick on the show eventually so he can sit in. He's getting old. But, those type of days,
Yes.
Now it's like we record in our actual homes. Like, we are apartment owners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, we've come a long way. Better equipment, better pizza. Papa John. Okay, I'm sorry.
Ew, Papa John's.
I'm done.
It's the wine.
It just it's.
I really liked it. This is gonna be an interesting episode.
I'm gonna see if we can order online. We didn't ask that.
Let me find out.
We didn't ask
because
if
then
we
I'll
order
buy
online.
myself. This is because wow.
So it's called this one was called Franc the Tank, which allegedly is named after a Will Ferrell character. I'm a Will Ferrell fan, but I haven't seen all his movies.
Yeah.
So, shout out to him.
Shout out to you, Will Ferrell.
But Will
no.
Ferrell. Will Ferrell. Same thing. I think it's because we say Steve Carell.
No, I was thinking of Pharrell.
I get it.
What's his last name? Pharrell what?
Williams.
Pharrell Williams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hitting already. I think we should start the show.
Okay, let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Hey guys.
Hey everyone.
What is happening?
What it do, baby?
I'm your girl Sierra T.
And I'm your girl Sherelle B.
And this is Headwraps and Lipsticks, the podcast.
Where we wrap culture up in color.
Yes.
And red wine.
Cheers.
Okay.
Episode 33. Thanks. Episode 33 in the building. Last episode of the season. Yes. Go ahead, girl. Let it out. Okay.
Funk flex bombs and all that.
All of that. It's been a very long year politically, amongst other things. So we hope that you enjoy your holidays.
Yeah.
Your holidays, your Christmas, your Hanukkahs.
Kwanzaa.
Thank you. Your Kwanzaa, your New Year's.
All the other holidays.
All of those things.
Okay.
And thanks for joining us for another season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all really bang with us, and it's kind of cool.
I appreciate that.
It is kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Damn right.
Yeah. Period.
Anyways.
Anyways.
Sis, what can't you wrap your head around?
You know, I have a few.
Damn, you got a list? I'm sorry.
Kind of. But it's like, it's small stuff.
What is it?
So I want to know, when did we start doing this?
Sis, I've been doing that for a while.
Have you?
I have on the episode.
Like, so then I feel like you should have trademarked it because now everybody.
No, it's not mine. That is an LGBTQ thing.
Okay, see,
and you know what? You know what I started doing it? I started doing it when I went and visited Ryan.
Oh,
and we would be talking, and he and his husband would like whenever they agreed with something, and it's so catchy. Yes, it's so catchy. And the next thing you know, you just be.
Because when I say, I just kind of noticed that.
But listen, shout out to the girls.
Yeah, because I'm like,
thank you, Ryan. Love you, baby.
All of a sudden, everybody's doing this, and I'm like, and I caught myself. I was like, when did we start doing this?
I don't know, but I am obsessed. I love it.
Yeah, I'm in it.
I love it so much.
I had to catch myself on a Zoom call because I was like, one of our corps was spitting, and I was like, oh wait, no, we're on Zoom.
Listen, I did that.
She probably would have been like,
I did it at a work luncheon today.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's catchy.
I did it at a work luncheon today.
Well, I appreciate you for educating me on that because I was like,
yes.
Okay.
I love it so
Pretty
much.
sure I have to explain that to my dad because, he'd be like, what is this?
Oh, my gosh.
We'll let him know.
Mr. Bird.
And the second thing I can't wrap my head around is all my people with preteens.
Oh.
That, y'all just have to give y'all kid a cell phone. Keep letting them walk in the street with their head down.
Oh.
Fucking with me.
I don't think that's just a preteen thing. I actually...
But these kids are getting out of hand. Like today, I physically watched a kid get off the bus with his head down and was walking straight towards my car. And I was like, I want to see if he's going to lift his head up.
Right.
Before he under my tire. And as soon as and I said, get your little ass out the street.
Oh my God.
That's exactly what I said. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't wrap my head around it. I don't understand what is so important on your cell phone. And you're absolutely right. It's not just preteens. It's grown-ass people.
Oh, my God. Yes.
The email can wait.
It really can.
It's not that serious.
Yeah.
But keep on messing around and you're going to end up being hit by a car because you wanted to check an email or because of a text. Or my niece got in trouble apparently because my sister got her a cell phone and she watched her do the same thing. And she told her that I was watching young Sheldon.
Oh, wow.
Sure. Yeah, that honestly, the millennial auntie me, I was like, really? Young Sheldon? But pick your head up. But, if you're going to be watching something. But, hey, if that's what she likes, she could be watching much worse.
This is very true.
At 10. So, that's cool.
She's fine.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm like, y'all got to, but watching that kid do today, I'm literally looking at him like, are you going to pick your head up? Yeah. Or you just going to be on my windshield? So I need the parents and those, adults, you should do better because you're adults and you should know better.
For sure.
But parents, I'm telling you, the way that people are driving and don't give a crap about your kid in an F them kids type of world, I really need you to push the narrative to pick your head up from these cell phones when they are in the streets, parking lots, even in the mall.
Yeah.
That you walk in, and I will walk into your kid. I have no problem doing
same.
It. I will walk right into your kid. Like, you almost knocked me over, Buki. Like, yeah.
Ha!
Pick your head up.
That's a TikTok reference.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So.
I feel that.
What about you, sis? What can you wrap your head around?
Oh, man. Oh.
Uh-oh.
What can I can't wrap my head around how good this wine is.
Okay,
first.
I'm gonna get you a bottle. So
I'm obsessed with this.
that's what's up.
I think for me, I had something. Oh, oops. I know what it is. More remains have been found from that bombing in Philadelphia that happened years ago, called the Move bombing.
Oh yeah. We talked about that.
They
right?
found yes, we did. They found more remains at the Penn Museum in Philadelphia, and every time I think about this, what kind of sick fuck saves the remains of a family like that and puts it in a museum? That is the most disgusting.
Weird.
That's weird. It's disgusting. It's disrespectful, and to me, it shows the absolute blatant disrespect for Black bodies.
That's so weird.
Shame on them, and the fact that, what do you mean you just found them? So like, were these remains not labeled?
That's what be killing me. So
You know what I'm saying?
Just found they were in a museum. What you mean?
So y'all don't label y'all shit in the museum?
You knew where they were.
Like whatever is happening, and while I'm here,
Okay.
the British Museum, give all them countries they shit back.
They started a while ago, like a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. They started doing it, and then it just stopped.
Do you remember? Well, it was like one of them, and they were like, why does the British Museum feel like they should have these in their control or whatever? And the spokesperson was like, oh, because we'll take better care of it. What do you mean you're gonna take better care?
So you're telling me the tribe in Africa that this shield belongs to,
and you taking better care of it
because you put some Windex on a glass?
Girl.
First of all, we all saw Black Panther, okay?
Yeah.
Like, keep on messing around.
Yeah.
Keep on messing around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, it's about time for a Black Panther rewatch, honestly.
I'm down.
Brings the family together.
I'm always down.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this third one that Denzel Washington said that he's going to be in.
Have you seen the new Gladiator?
No. It was good?
I enjoyed it, yes.
It was good?
And then Denzel was, obviously.
It's Denzel.
It's Denzel.
It's a Fritz Bernays, like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. A lot of people felt otherwise, but you need to watch the first one before you say watch the second one. I
haven't watched the first one in years.
Me and my mom watched it together, and then that night we all went to the movies to go see it.
It's Gerard Butler, right? That was the Gladiator, Gerard Butler?
Yes. He's not in the new one. Spoiler alert, he died in the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did I spoil it for you? You should have watched it already.
I mean, honestly.
It was 20 years?
Literally. I think he won an Oscar for it, I think.
He did? Are you not entertained?
He was either nominated or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so... But I feel you on that, sis.
Yeah.
I do. I feel you on that.
Stop disrespecting Black bodies. Show some respect.
Literally.
Period.
Ooh, that's kind of a good segue.
Okay, let's get into it. Yes.
Speaking of disrespecting Black bodies, so Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer who killed George Floyd in May 2020 by kneeling for 9.5 minutes on his neck, has filed a new motion to have his federal conviction overturned, basically because there was a theory by a Kansas pathologist.
What?
And he claims that George Floyd did not die because of Chauvin's actions, but he died because of an actual heart condition. And he feels that that Chauvin's lawyer should have had George Floyd's heart tissue tested for this to prove that it wasn't that wasn't the reason why.
Who the hell told this pathologist to say? Well, he just coming out the woodworks with this?
Apparently, this was something. Yeah, it came out maybe like 2 years ago.
Okay.
So, hold on. I'm trying. All right.
Calm down.
Suddenly, we not working.
Patient.
Like, what's happening here?
Patience.
I want to read. I'm gonna try my hardest to read the actual condition, and you tell me if this makes sense.
Okay.
Because when I was reading it, I was like, so. Okay. Here we go. So I'm just going to read this. So in November of 2023, Chauvin's attorney filed a motion to vacate the federal charges related to the May 2020 death of George Floyd. Chauvin said he wouldn't have pleaded guilty had he known about theories of a Kansas pathologist named Dr. William Schnatzel, who does not believe that his actions caused his death. So, Schnatzel suggests that Floyd died due to a high level of catecholamines, which is a neurohormone important in stress response and associated with the flight or fight response. Or another term for it is takotsubo
Where you at?
Myocarditis, aka a heart condition that develops in response to an intense emotional or physical experience. Like someone kneeling on your neck for 9.5 minutes when you're telling the world that you cannot breathe.
That's what that sounds like to me.
So make it make sense. So because of this, a judge did grant that George Floyd's heart tissue will be tested. And it goes to like what Sierra, what Sierra couldn't wrap her head around. Like, George is supposed to be resting in peace.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be resting in peace. His body should not be dug up to test a heart.
Wait, they have to dig him up.
I mean, I don't know if his, you know what, you're absolutely right. Let me be careful with my words. I don't know if he was cremated or if he was buried, if he was an organ donor. I don't know.
They must have some heart tissue, I guess, saved from the autopsy.
The granted motion will allow Chauvin's attorneys to take discovery of slides and photographs of Floyd's heart, as well as tissue samples and tissue blocks containing heart tissue.
Okay. So
they will also take fluids from the medical examiner's office to test the, quote, concentration of fractionated whatever and whatever levels present. My thing is, like, if you're literally categorizing what happened to him when you're categorizing what happened to him as the result of an intense physical moment.
Correct.
Like, I can't breathe.
Right.
So if that's the case, a lot of people may have died from that.
Yeah.
I mean,
so let's say it does come back that he had this, and it wasn't because he was being choked to death. What happens then?
His federal conviction would be overturned. However, so he's simultaneously serving a 21-year federal sentence for violating his civil rights, and then a 22.5-year sentence for second-degree murder. So either way,
you're still in there for a while.
Yeah, you still killed somebody.
At the end of the day,
he would still be living if you had minded your business. And if you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So
this is a waste of time.
I agree. Disrespectful to Black bodies for sure.
Yep.
I think it's also disrespectful to his family that it's already bad enough that they have to live every day without their loved one for the last 4 years over. He went to the store and never came back. So now we got to deal with this, a person that just can't accept their fate.
And that's you know what? Sometimes that piece of like being able to still pull out things from a case can sometimes screw cases over like this, you know?
Facts.
And it's like, damn, I see the positive in it, but I also see like the negative in it. And it's like, at the end of the day, dude, you used excessive force.
Right. You made a choice.
You You killed that man. If you do the crime, you got to pay the time.
You do the crime,
You do the crime, you do the time.
Speaking of George Floyd, George Floyd.
It's the wine.
Yeah, it might be. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know who this girl is. We talked about her on the show when she was running for some type of office in some random ass state. Her name is Valentina such and such. Mm-hmm. And she is a fucking weirdo. Like, I saw that because of this news, on top of what happened with Daniel Penny, and Jordan Neely, she decided to make a very disrespectful video in front of a George Floyd
memorial?
Yeah, mural. And I just, like, these are the type of people that I just want erased from the internet. Because it was horrible to watch. Like, the disrespect of...
So what was she saying?
Hold on, I actually can pull it up.
My bad, sis. I haven't heard anything about this.
And you probably, because she's a nobody. She wants to be like a Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh.
But once again, she doesn't realize that she's not white and blonde.
Oh, she's a black girl?
She's Hispanic. So, once again.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
I don't know why they insist on othering themselves from us. know why.
Like, hold on, Valentina. There it is. There she is. Her name is Valentina Gomez.
Okay.
Where is it? She's just weird.
Oh, I've seen her.
Yeah.
before.
Is this? I'm trying to find the video. There it is. Oh, Jesus. Hold on.
We need less George Floyds and Jordan Neely's in the world, and more patriots like Daniel Penny and Kyle Rittenhouse. These criminals do absolutely nothing productive for society, and I'm glad to see justice being delivered today. And to BLM, don't even try to set our cities on fire again, because we will lock you the fuck up. Fuck you, George Floyd and Jordan Neely. The world is better without criminals like you.
That's crazy as fuck.
She's wearing a shirt that says "Don't be weak and gay."
Don't be what?
Weak and gay.
Gay?
Mm-hmm.
Like G-A-Y?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Literally. Hold on. Don't be weak and gay. She just does this. She just makes random videos. Like, she's weird. She's very, very weird. Like, here's the solution to the drone problem. Shoot it down. This is why she didn't win her election. The LGBTQ is a terrorist organization.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I see she took her, I don't know what state she was running for. I want to say it was Minnesota. But girl, she's a weirdo.
You know,
Fucking weirdo.
first of all, very much weirdo.
Like-
But a lot of people do stuff on the internet for like clicks and views and likes. I can't say whether or not she really believes the stuff that she's saying, but I hope for the rest of her life it follows her forever.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I've seen some of her videos and I'm like, girl, nobody likes you. I would just be wondering, like, do you not have friends? Like, do you have family? I don't know. I don't even think.
I mean, she probably can, but that doesn't mean anything if they're all in that same bubble together.
She probably setting that camera up. I don't even think anybody would record her. She probably setting that shit up herself. Girl, and then got the nerve to use Kendrick Lamar's song as the background.
Bitch, are you crazy?
If I was Kendrick, I'd send a cease and
You
desist.
think the Bay gonna let you disrespect Pac, nigga?
Like, right. Right. If I was Mustard, I would send a send whatever. What is?
I've been drinking a cease and desist.
Thank you. Yeah, that. Because I'm sick of. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of saying it. I know we supposed to delete Twitter, but like with me writing, I have to stay up with this shit.
That makes sense.
And this stuff.
I'm sorry. Because she pulled up Twitter at my house last week and I was like, ew.
Like,
I was disgusted.
like video, I have to find videos that correlate with stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really horrible.
I'm sorry, sis.
And I had to see her on my freaking timeline. Don't ask me why. She just pops up. And
what a weirdo. Like, girl, get a fucking life.
Yeah.
Get a job. How
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
Go get a real job.
Yeah.
Because you're not in office.
Right.
Oh,
You're never going to be.
you're never going to be.
Ever. Trump's not putting you in office.
No.
You're a person of color. Get it
Right.
together.
Okay.
All right. Know who you are.
Right.
Speaking of people of color,
Uh-oh.
remember affirmative action? Remember that? When it used to be a thing?
Yeah.
So the Supreme Court ruling that literally shook the nation is having a very big effect on some of these schools, including Harvard Law, which had their first year Black student enrollment drop more than half from last year. Last year they brought in 43. This year they only brought in 19 students, Black students.
Damn. That's a big drop.
A huge drop. Yale Law also saw a drop. I'm sorry, not Yale Law. Columbia also saw a drop, but Yale and Stanford actually brought in like double Black students.
Go ahead, Stanford.
Black law students. But a lot of experts are claiming that they think that Harvard is seeing a decline because they were actually listed and named in that lawsuit.
Was that the guy who listed or whatever? He said he didn't get accepted into Harvard, right?
Yeah. So because Harvard and then UNC Chapel Hill was actually listed in that lawsuit, that's what experts are saying is part of the decline. But it's also just the fact that, like, Nobody has time for that. Like, a lot of people apply for these schools because of affirmative action. And it's weird because Harvard Law put out a statement, you know, talking about their mission and how they still are catering to diverse students. But we can't tell. We can't tell. You have limited black students, your Hispanic number dropped, your Native American dropped. So who do you have left?
Your Asian number dropped.
Your Asian number dropped. So you just have the whites.
That shit really cracks me up every time
It's just the whites.
think about it.
So, you know, but hold on. Let me see if I can find.
That's crazy.
It was interesting. There was another law professor who was like kind of anti-affirmative action, and he was saying that the decline is actually a good thing.
Huh? I'm listening.
He said the decline is a good thing because the students that are not getting accepted can go to other schools, like let's say North Carolina Central Law, Morehouse, things like that, and actually be the core focus. And a part of me was kind of like,
I see the positive in that.
yeah, he's not wrong, but I mean, that doesn't give you a right to just be racist.
Two things can be true at once.
I get what you're saying, like,
yeah.
you know, but then it kind of bothered me because I'm like, but y'all are literally trying to take federal funding away from HBCUs.
Damn, you ate with that, sis. You ate.
You're trying to take federal funding away from HBCUs, which is, say it with me, historically black colleges and universities. They were created as a safe place for black students to go and get their education.
Because white people wouldn't let us in their schools.
Because we were being burnt and chased and hung just for learning how to read and write.
Sprayed down with water.
Okay?
Sticking the dogs on us.
I mean, literally. But now y'all like, well, wait a minute. That's racist. It can't just be a black school. It should be for everybody. But you're not creating spaces for everybody.
Ooh.
That's what kills me with all this. It's like you always say, is it Uchiwala is one mic?
What is it?
1 minute you want, we want acceptance of everybody. But yet you're literally telling groups like the Fearless Fund that they can't give grants to black women business owners.
Damn,
you're trying to take federal funding away from HBCUs. You want the cops to have full reign on underrepresented and underprivileged communities. Huh?
You cooked, sis. On top of that, y'all also talking about removing the Department of Education. So then that furthers my question of where the fuck are they going to get this money from to pay for this schooling? And quickly, let me know quickly. Seriously, let me know. I apply for grad school. I need to know where to get this money from.
No, seriously. Because it just
Where?
all these different experts and stuff like that, it makes no sense. Like, I hear what y'all are saying, but like, make it come full circle. Y'all are only going like a few degrees with it.
Yeah.
When you come full circle with a solution, maybe we'll hear you out. But as of like, until that happens, we're just going to continue to fight and laugh at you guys because you thought y'all ate with this affirmative action ruling, and it's,
Coming back to bite you in the ass.
because eventually y'all not going to have no students there. They're going to be like, oh, well. And especially professors. Professors are going to be like, so we just teaching whites now?
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
Yeah. I mean, that's how it started.
that part.
That's how it started.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Well, Harvard, figure it out.
Damn.
Or don't. I don't care. Like, it's interesting to me because some of the most elite black lawyers of all time came from that school.
I am interested to, like, on your point of like maybe less black students even applied.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I have.
Well, I guess that. I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
no, no.
That would make me. Now that I'm thinking about it, that would give me like resignation. Is that the right word? I don't know. On applying for the school because I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get accepted.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how much, depending on what school you're applying for, applications cost. Shit.
Right. All because you changed the way that applications are being looked at.
Yeah. Damn.
Like, what is the difference here?
Yeah.
And again, some of Harvard's has produced some of the most elite black lawyers of all time. Remember Barack and Michelle Obama?
Oh shit, yeah.
Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, all Harvard alum. So
Damn.
clearly y'all were doing something right. That's all I got to say about that. So I bet you, you know what? I wonder what it's like being Ketanji Brown Jackson. She probably looked at her desk like,
I know she going to work every day like, I got to
She
sit
probably was
around
like, what
these
the fuck?
conservative.
Affirmative action at where? Oh, you want to talk about mothers? Like, it's just weird. I feel bad for her.
I do too. I wonder how many times she's cussed out Clarence Thomas.
They probably don't even talk. It's giving Roy Cooper.
They have to all be in a room, right, to make decisions on stuff, right?
Yeah, but I don't got to talk to you. Here's my vote. Damn. This is what I got to say.
But they got to talk it out. She probably be like, motherfucker. I would like to think that Ketanji would be in there turning it up. I mean, what? She can't be fired, can she?
No.
Turn it up.
Like,
Go all out, sis.
child.
Anyway.
Speaking of going all out, you want to talk about Trump trying to get rid of the FDIC?
Ooh. You in the hood now, baby.
I'm so sick of this man, and he ain't even got no office yet.
Hold on, I gotta unlock my phone. You are in the hood now, baby. They are trying to get rid of the FDIC. You know the FDIC. What does the FDIC stand for?
Hold on.
Yeah, girl.
That's one thing. I just know FDIC. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation.
So they're trying to get rid of. No, you don't apologize. They did I send you the link?
Yeah, I got it.
Damn.
You want to read it?
How did I lose it? I got it. Okay, here we go. This is from. No, I don't have it. It went away.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm stressed.
I got you. So again, you've seen that logo like everywhere. Mm-hmm. Okay, so U.S. bank stocks are unfazed after a report that President-elect Donald Trump's team has floated the idea of shrinking or eliminating the top banking regulator, the FDIC, which is a plan that they're saying is not probably going to get political backing. Mm-hmm. So Trump advisors have asked whether the incoming president could abolish the FDIC and move its deposit insurance function into the Treasury Department. Okay? Officials from the newly founded department... Jesus.
This is such a fucking joke. This is a fucking joke. I'm sorry.
It is.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Officials from the newly founded Department of Government Efficiency that's run by Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, which has been tasked with finding major government savings, participated in the interview. However, while the current system comprising 3 federal and multiple state bank regulators is difficult, a major restructure would struggle to garner the political support needed to get through Congress, which is also expected to be tied up on tax reform and crypto legislation. Child.
This is so embarrassing.
The Trump transition team has been interviewing candidates for financial agency roles, including the bank regulators. Said 2 people with direct knowledge of the matter. The DODG, which is that fake agency that they just made up, have been involved in some of those interviews.
This is so. So, okay, quickly. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation was created in 1933 during the economic turmoil of the Great Depression in order to maintain stability and public confidence in the nation's financial system. Yeah, because before that, people was just taking their money out of the banks and just doing whatever, and your money wasn't insured. So when your money is insured by the FDIC when you put it in the bank, okay? So if something happens to your card or whatever, or, some weird shit with the new fucking government comes in and your money gets missing, you are insured to be able to get that money back. But they are trying to get rid of the FDIC. And let me tell you something. While my sister's thinking over here.
Let me tell you something.
Y'all play around with these people money. Y'all gonna have another Luigi out here, and I'm not joking. Y'all,
damn.
Y'all playing,
you're not wrong about that.
Y'all playing with people's money at this point now. Y'all playing with niggas' livelihood.
And you're not just playing with rich people money. You playing with everyday struggling Americans.
Okay.
Keep on messing around. Somebody don't get their check.
Right. Mm-mm. And niggas ain't got nothing else to lose.
Right. Ski mask season out this bitch.
Yeah. Nice watch. Run it.
It's not even a ski mask. You hood niggas rolling up on to the White House.
The YNs and the Pooh Shiesty.
What you gonna do?
Y'all play with that shit if y'all want to.
He gonna be like, what?
What?
I'm sick of Donald Trump. I've been sick of him, but here's Here's how I feel.
Okay.
Because this is like the third thing, 33rd thing that he's been trying to get rid of. Last week he was talking about getting rid of daylight savings time. Like, what the fuck are you? You can't control the sun. But anyway.
Thank you, because I don't think the people online got that, though.
You can't control the sun, okay? But my thing is, here's how I feel about Donald Trump this go around. I think this go around, he is literally just being used as a puppet.
For sure.
I think his first term, he actually felt like he had real power and learned real quick that he does not. So now he has a whole different strategy, hence Project 2025. He got with a bunch of Looney Tune-like people and racists to get together to just spout out ideas. And they're using him because he's dumb. Again, we quoted him last week. If he ever ran for president, he would run Republican because they are the dumbest people ever. He said that.
He did.
And they're just pulling, because they're kissing his ass and he's a narcissist, they are literally just pulling him. He probably could care less about the FDIC. He probably could care less about education. Okay? But because the people around him are like, yeah, you need to eliminate such and such because of ABC, XYZ, and they made it sound simplistic to him, for him to understand, he went along with it. And a bunch of the simple-minded people that voted for him, it was like, oh, that sounds about right. Yeah, they are indoctrinating our children. Yeah, they are taking away our money. Oh yeah, they are killing our people. That's exactly what's happening here. Because like you trying to get rid of stuff that's not bothering anybody.
The FDIC insuring your money is a good thing.
It's
okay?
like that's not bothering anybody.
It really
so why
isn't.
all of a sudden would you be like, you know what? You need to get rid of, and then you have Elon Musk and Vivek running the agency. Like, it just doesn't make sense. This time around, I'm just like, whatever, man.
Seriously.
I don't think that anything
is gonna pass.
I really don't.
Something that made me feel a little better was someone was like, for him to get anything passed, he doesn't even have that much of a lead in terms of Republicans in the House and the Senate. So he's gonna need other Democrats to be on.
Yeah.
And there, I don't see it.
And they're not gonna, like, half of his cabinet picks are not gonna be confirmed. I think the only one that will be confirmed, oddly enough, is Robert Kennedy Jr. I really do.
Damn.
I do. And that's because there's some bipartisan support, like I said before, because he's like, why do we have yellow dye number 2 legal here? You know what I'm saying? So it's like little things like that that I think he'll get some support of. Now, other people like Donald Trump, that's like, oh, I'm not getting rid of vaccines. I never said that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or like now you got Mitch McConnell talking about, and we know he's a polio survivor. So even he's speaking out about it, against it.
Oh, he's able to talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He put his Joel Santana
damn
bandana down. But
damn.
I personally think that he's the only one that's... Tulsi Gabbard is not going to get confirmed. Peter Hedgehog, whatever the fuck his name is, ain't going to get confirmed.
Not Peter Hedgehog.
And Vivek Ramaswamy better be careful. He probably ain't going to get confirmed.
They told him, them white people told him to his face that they wasn't voting for him. So they,
like,
and you still hanging around. That's crazy to me.
That is complete... That is... I want to say something, but I don't want to get like taken off YouTube or something like that. Like that is... I have never seen sucking that good in my life. Because like that's what that is.
That's stupid, guys.
Yeah. Like, they didn't vote for you. They told you to get the fuck out of here twice. And now because you got some type of title, you think they about to respect you?
Hell no.
You don't look like Elon Musk, even though he's an immigrant himself.
Oh, send him back to his country. Get that South African out of here.
I mean, I'm just confusion, but yeah, I don't know. But getting rid of the FDIC
is crazy work. It should not even be on the table. But that's because they're trying to do whatever the Doge. Oh my God, Elon Musk gets on my fucking nerves. And I know that was all his idea. We should name it. We should use Doge. It should be like, like Dogecoin, the crypto coin, Dogecoin. Yeah.
When I say I'm like completely ignorant about cryptocurrency and everything,
I don't know anything about it, but I remember hearing of Dogecoin before, which I think is something that Elon Musk did. He likes to put all of his shit, his little monikers and shit all over. Oh my God.
How much you want to bet a Cybertruck will be used as the new, what's the motorcade?
I wouldn't get in that shit.
I wouldn't get, like, them things ugly.
They're ugly as hell.
I have a theory about Elon Musk. I actually think that, I don't think him and Donald Trump are going to last long.
No.
I'll give it a year. They'll butt heads because Donald Trump going to be like, I'm the president, not you.
Oh, for sure.
And it's something, and
I highly agree.
I think something's going to go down, and I think Elon Musk going to sing like a fucking canary, and that's going to be it. That's going to be the bottom line.
I don't know.
I really do. I think Elon Musk is going to be the villain of Washington.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I don't think they're going to last long either.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's going to keep stepping on Donald's toes.
Yep.
And Donald's going to be like, get this fucking guy
It's
out
going to
here.
stop. It's going to start at it's probably, it's going to be Melania. It's going to be like, yeah, Donald. Elon Musk has to go. And I don't want him here.
Tell him
He
to
makes
get his
me
suitcase.
uncomfortable.
Get his suitcase.
Yeah. He has to go.
He has to go. Yeah.
Yeah. He said he didn't like my book. Anyways.
Oh my God.
Lastly, on the political sector, Sierra and I got a kick out of this. So because of all these tariffs that Trump is threatening,
Y'all got to see this shit.
because of all these tariffs that Donald Trump is threatening, and I hope y'all have looked up what a tariff is by now, Canada is like, oh, we got something for your ass if this is how you gonna move.
Okay.
Listen to this energy.
Oh, I gotta turn it up. Sorry, y'all. Hold on.
Far this goes, we will go to the full extent, depending how far this goes. We will go to the extent of cutting off their energy, going down to Michigan, going down to New York State, and over to Wisconsin. I don't want this to happen, but my number one job is to protect Ontarians and Canadians as a whole. This is coming. It's not if it is, it's coming. And it's coming January 20th or 21st. And we need to be prepared. We need to stand as a country. We need to stand united as Canadians and work hand in hand and shoulder to shoulder with our colleagues across the country. And we're ready to do it. We will go.
Okay. So in the caption it says Ontario Premier, which is it like a mayor? I don't know what the fuck that is.
Let me see.
Ontario Premier, like.
I guess so, yeah.
Anyway, Ontario Premier Doug Ford threatened Wednesday about cutting off energy supply to the U.S. in response to President-elect Donald Trump's tariff plan on all Canadian imports. And I guess Donald forgot that one of those Canadian imports was electricity. And did you hear him say that it's going to either start January 20th or 21st? So there's a chance that power could be cut off for, what did he say, Michigan, New York State. Did he say Ohio? He didn't say Ohio.
I hope so.
Damn.
Because JD Vance.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Who you gonna blame for that?
A lot of those states up north, yeah, which I did not know that the electricity supply was supplied through Canada, like all up there. This is hilarious. It's funny. Let me be clear. Like, it's funny, but it's not funny. But it's not funny because, like, do you think of the devastation of like 3 states not having electricity? One of them being New York State. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh
my God. Oh my God.
I just want to see if it's really gonna happen. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If this really happens, I will be in tears, cracking up, because that isn't major. But I mean, this is what we're saying. Like, you just making promises that only cater to you and your friends. Like, you are not thinking about Americans, all Americans, from the poorest to the very richest. Like, that is going to trickle into serious consequences. Like, cause like what is the point of you raising tariffs? You still never said like why you're doing that. But I don't know.
This is a hot mess.
Talk about a blackout.
Yo.
I'm sorry.
You have to chill out.
I'm really sorry.
You got to chill out. There are people who live in these states.
And you know what? And I apologize if I'm being rude in that regard, but we didn't do it.
This is also true.
So you need those who are watching that have commented on our shows and the lives, and y'all still went ahead and voted for Donald Trump, and you live in one of them states that Ontario's about to lights out, nigga.
Damn.
Don't come to...
That's gonna. I'm just thinking like the here's my thought process. This is absolute devastation because if there's no power, that means one, food is all gonna start spoiling, meat, whatnot. That means you can't go to the grocery store to get new food either.
You also can't go because your cars.
Right.
Like how you gonna see at night?
Right.
Ain't no street lights.
Gas. How you gonna get gas? Like there's a lot of shit that goes in effect with that.
How you paying for stuff? You can't even go to the ATM.
Yeah. Damn, you can't get money out of it.
You can't even get cash.
Because there's no,
So again, this is gonna cause robberies because niggas gonna start stealing.
Oh, absolutely.
Niggas gonna be like, oh, the food about to go bad. I'm about to take all this shit.
You used to call it the Wild West. They're gonna call it the Wild North.
Okay? It's a wrap.
Yeah, that's absolute devastation. And this is the problem when you have a president-elect who's an absolute narcissist who got his head all up his ass.
And has never lived without electricity.
Right.
He came from money. But listen, the ones who have lived without electricity for at least an hour, they're the ones that voted for him. So I don't... That's like, when Sis sent me the video, I was laughing because I was like, damn, that's a serious threat.
That's major, yo.
That's a serious threat. And I'm kind of like, I mean...
Nigga, I had a power outage sometime 2 weeks ago, and I was like, this is
crazy.
Okay,
horrible. Didn't know what to do for an hour or so.
Yo.
So imagine a whole state.
That's insane. People are going to lose their fucking mind. I'm thinking about hospitals. Oh, my God. Hospitals. Airports. Nursing homes. Daycare. Oh.
Ain't no heat. Ain't no air.
In Michigan? Fuck.
In January?
Fuck out of here.
All because your president said, oh, we're going to raise the price on everything.
Are you smoking crack?
Because you want to raise the price on Steve Madden shoes. Now a couple states got to go without electricity.
And you voted for that nigga because you thought the price of cheese was going to go down.
And you thought you was getting another stimulus check. Yeah. We're talking to you guys.
God damn.
The ones who didn't, it's not your fault.
I was watching this, I miss TikTok so much. But this guy was doing a street interview, and they were like, he was asking him. It was Garrison Hayes, the guy.
Oh yeah, we love him.
I love him so much. And he was asking like one of the dudes or whatever. He was like, "What made you vote for Donald Trump?" And he was like, "Well, talking to the people on the left, he's like, I always feel like they're talking down to us and calling us stupid or whatever."
How do you think we feel?
That was my thought process, because it was a white dude. My thought process behind it was like, from what I've seen, right? And I don't 100% disagree with the white guy. I do believe that there are Democrats who are definitely like, these stupid guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. But on that same token, the way people, the left, the right have showed up on social media has been insane.
Yeah,
it's absolutely disgusting.
It's just weird. Like,
yeah.
it's like, now that Donald Trump's back in office, it's like more weird, like rightist. Is that a word? What do you call them? Like rightists have come out of the woodwork with just weird shit.
Yeah.
On Capitol Hill, it's
I
like
call them MAGAs. They MAGAs.
Yeah, MAGAs. Yeah, it's like y'all just odd.
Yeah, and it's I find it's real hard to have a conversation with them because they're not open, right? They're not open to listening to what you're saying
at all.
They always listen to respond. They don't listen to hear and like do analytical thinking and reasoning.
Right.
And so that's like, like a lot of the conversations we've seen online over the past year or so leading up to the election was so people were headbutting because MAGAs are so strong with it, like, well, I've done my research, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, you couldn't have done your research. If
your own president hasn't done his research. We still waiting on policies. We're still waiting.
Damn.
This man is getting inaugurated in a couple of days, couple weeks. And he still has not addressed any policy concerns. All he's done is just push different narrative. Like, oh, I'm going to up tariffs, or I'm going to get rid of the Department of Justice, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Okay, but so what does that do for the American people? That's what the people want to know.
Yeah.
How is that going to affect us? If that's what you want to do, okay, cool, but there needs to be a reasoning behind it. And to your point, Brandon and I were having a conversation about, like, would you end friendships with people that voted for Donald Trump?
Absolutely, I would.
Yeah, and I'm like, for me, I would have a conversation with you first, and if you give me if you give me a legitimate reason, and when I say friend, we talking about friend.
Friend.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Not just because, like, you know, we double tap on Instagram every now and then.
Right.
But, like,
because I could unfollow a nigga in no
real
time.
quick.
I've done it.
Been doing it.
Been doing it.
Real quick.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm like, if you're giving me a legit reason as to why you voted for Donald, if you're like, you know what, I voted for Donald Trump because, I mean, you can be honest. You know what? I read Project 2025, and I actually do believe that the police should have a little bit more, you know, reign on the public because ABC, XYZ. I'm still going to look at you like you crazy, but at least you gave me a legitimate reason, which shows me that you read Project 2025, you listened to the things that you said, and you still, that he said, and you're still like, you know what? I kind of agree with what he's saying, or I actually want the immigration, I think it's getting out of hand, so I actually think that getting rid of some of it would, you know, help me out a little bit or whatever. But if you sit here saying, oh, I voted for Trump because he funny, like that nigga made me laugh, or, you know, I wanted a new stimulus check, or, you know, because, you know, oh, he pardoned Lil Wayne, get the fuck out of here.
That's a stupid reason to vote for somebody.
No.
I'm telling
Can't
you.
fool you.
Yeah, and I can't. Honestly, sis, I think I would even go as far as I don't think I can't handle being in a circle of people who aren't taking it seriously at all.
Girl, don't even get me started.
All of my friends, in one way or another, are like, we have these conversations because these are important conversations to have, right? And it's also like, you know, sis and I have like difference in opinions on certain things. And so like, you need to be having these conversations. But if all of your friends also like agree on the same thing, that's weird too.
Yeah, because it's like you're literally just doing it to fit in with the now, just to feel like you're a part of something. And that's not, that's not what this is about. You know what I'm saying? So,
I absolutely think I don't think it's crazy to be like, I don't want to be friends with somebody who voted for Trump.
I don't think
it's
it is
way
either.
too dangerous for me to be fucking around and hanging out with you.
Especially because, like, it's not like, if this was 2016 and you were still talking about, you know, like, oh, I'm going to vote for Trump over Hillary because of whatever. Because we really didn't know the dangers of Trump until he was elected. Now it's like, okay, like, he's like, you mother...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's laying out exactly what he plans on doing, his racism, his narcissism, the certain people that he's putting in, you know what I'm saying, in cabinet seats. Like, y'all got to pay attention to that shit. But this is who you voted for because, oh, he going to give me another stimulus check and he got ASAP Rocky out of prison.
You know what? Also on that same video, Garrison Hayes he said Trump won by like a 1.3%, right? But if you tallied up the number of people who didn't vote, and the number of people who didn't vote is a bigger number than anybody who voted for Kamala or Trump.
That's horrible.
Damn.
That's craziness.
That's insane.
That's just weird.
And now we suffering. Anyway.
We are suffering, but them states gonna suffer even worse. Like,
damn.
Canada said,
cutting the fucking electricity off is crazy.
Mess around
and
and
find
find
out. The
out.
borders down too. You know if they do that, they're gonna shut them borders down.
Mess around and find out.
Yo, that's insane.
Mess around and find out. Basically,
Sweet
that's what
Jesus.
he said.
Sweet Jesus.
Mess around and find out.
What we got next?
Well, that's it for politics.
All right.
That's it for politics. Everything else is kind of like,
Is it easy?
yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's get to it.
Okay. So last week we talked about Jay-Z.
Hove.
We talked about him being tied up in some serious sexual assault allegations against coming from a 13-year-old that alleges that she was sexually assaulted along with Sean P. Diddy Combs at a award show after party. And we already know what happened. He came out and was like, absolutely not, that never happened, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
There's a lot of back and forth. That same victim
Oh my God.
did an interview with NBC and was talking about how there were some serious inconsistencies within her story. Okay. So his lawyer is saying that like this is all a fantasy, all the stuff like that. And his lawyer name is Alex Shapiro, something like that.
Shapiro?
Spiro.
Spyro?
Thank you. He said that none of the details are right because it's never happened. When something isn't real and when something doesn't happen, you're going to get the details wrong. You're going to get the details wrong because you weren't really there. Okay. All right. So he denied all the such and such and such. So, this woman who has remained a John Doe admitted in an interview with NBC News that there were inconsistencies in her original story, including key corroborating witnesses while maintaining her rape accusation against Carter. And this is the quote from this woman.
Okay.
I have made some mistakes. You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did ruin or run your life. I just hope I can give others the strength to come forward like I came forward. In her complaint against Combs and Carter, she said that she was taken to an after party after meeting a limo driver who claimed to work for Combs outside of Radio City Music Hall, where the MTV event was held. Remember, this young lady at the time was 13 years old.
Okay.
Shipro said the limousine line was blocked off and guarded by police. So basically what's happening is Jay-Z's lawyer is like, that couldn't have happened because of this. Spyro said that the limousine line was blocked off and guarded by police to prevent public access. Okay. Shipro also showed reporters photographs of Carter, Combs, and other celebrities at a VMA after party, which was held at a commercial establishment in New York City. He said that Doe's story was not plausible because at the time it would take to travel from the city to the suburbs where the alleged party was held. Okay? Because at the time she said it was at a mansion that was only like 20 minutes from Manhattan. Now, those that know, that live in the city, your closest mansion is either going to be in New Jersey or on Long Island.
Oh.
And that is definitely more than a 20-minute drive.
Right.
If you're coming from a celebrity-filled
Situation.
type of vibe.
Party, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's other things that's happening, but
So how do you go from he was there to he wasn't there? Was she drugged?
so we don't know.
Damn, that's crazy.
So last week I was kind of like,
That's crazy.
y'all know I was, and again, I'm not saying that something did not happen to her.
Right.
But as I started writing about it and doing a little research, it did sound a little far-fetched.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay.
I was like, how did a 13-year-old get into an after party that's with tons of people? We all watched the MTV Awards growing up in 2000. You didn't just see random people just getting out of limos going in there. You just not how that worked. So I don't know. It does seem a little like, not saying this didn't happen to you, but I don't know.
I'm just wondering if somebody made her put that on, tack that on to the case, like.
Yeah, I mean, apparently,
Because Tony Busby definitely isn't
his reputation isn't that great either.
It surely isn't.
People in Houston are like, this dude is like the most fraudulent.
Yeah, they are.
They're like, he's the most fraudulent lawyer ever. He was like, I don't even know how,
Right.
They were comparing him to, what's the other lady that used to take on a lot of the sexual assault cases?
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking
know what I'm
about.
talking
I know
about?
exactly who you're talking. I can't think of her name.
I think her name was Lisa something. They were comparing him to her. And then apparently Jay-Z is very, very upset over these allegations because, I mean...
Rightfully so, but if it's wrong.
He's never had these type of allegations before, or at least, to my knowledge.
Right.
So, On top of him trying to be a husband and raise children, now I got to deal with this.
Yeah.
Over an And again, I'm a Jane Doe. She's not coming forward. He asked you to press criminal charges. You're not doing it. You're just looking for money. That's what his lawyer is saying.
Damn.
Because he said, if I'm committed a crime, why are you not pressing a criminal charge?
Right.
Why are you pushing a civil lawsuit? And I'm not saying he's right, but I'm not saying he's wrong either.
This is a mess.
So I don't know.
This is a mess.
I think this whole Diddy, I'm kind of over like Diddy and the whole situation. Like I'm just ready for the trial to happen.
Yeah, like literally.
Like, can we move it up
Quickly.
something? Because like it's just something. I just pray that he doesn't get what's the word?
I don't know.
That he's found guilty, basically.
Yeah.
I do hope that he's found guilty. We talk about pardons, and like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if Trump issued
That
a
would be
pardon.
crazy. And I would feel so bad for Cassie.
He's already talking about issuing a pardon for Eric Adams, the New York City mayor who is facing federal bribery charges. Half of his cabinet has already resigned after having their homes and phones raided. So, I mean, and
my God.
he's still running for re-election in 2025.
Shut up.
Yes, he is still running. He's like, I'm not about to.
Wow.
Yep. So you want to talk about this white anti-racist Hall of Fame?
So, okay. Listen, found this on TikTok. Really gonna miss TikTok, my guy.
I don't think TikTok is going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't.
You saw the owner went to Mar-a-Lago
Yeah,
the other day.
yeah. So this young lady came across my timeline, and I went to go find. This is an official justice.tougaloo.edu. So you know this is a quotable source, okay?
Craziness.
So this is called a white and listen to me. Hear me out. Put on your ears. Focus. White anti-racist Hall of Fame. Okay? Now it says racist white. Who is this written by the way? I can't remember. Anyway, this is the synopsis of it, okay? Racist white leaders are well known and even revered in American history. Indeed, when Lowen began his work critiquing our monuments and historical markers, he asked the question, what person gets the most historical markers in any state? The shocking answer, not Lincoln in Illinois, nor Washington in Virginia, but Nathan Bedford Forrest in Tennessee. Who was Nathan Bedford Forrest? He was a slave trader before the Civil War. During the war, he was a Confederate cavalry leader who presided over war crimes at Fort Pillow in West Tennessee, where his men murdered prisoners of war who had already surrendered. After the war, he was the first national Grand Wizard of the KKK. Meanwhile, our landscape gave almost no recognition to abolitionists anywhere. As a consequence, white students in the eras between 1985 to 2015 were asked to name their heroes in the past. Never picked a white abolitionist, civil rights martyr, labor leader, or advocate like Helen Hunt Jackson for American Indian rights. Those pioneers for justice didn't stand out compared to white ones on the other side, from Jeffrey Amherst through Andrew Jackson to J. Edgar Hoover. It was fine that some picked Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, or Nelson Mandela, but it seemed that young white people had to invent the possibility of anti-racist whites all over again. They had never heard of any. Coming to the same conclusion, Eddie Moore Jr., founder of the White Privilege Conference,
Oh my God.
suggested to Lowen that they co-found a white anti-racist Hall of Fame, celebrating anti-racist whites who for the most part lay forgotten. Eventually, the White Privilege Conference will take over the hall and nominate new members every year. And this is a page to nominate somebody for a white anti-racist Hall of Fame. Now, I'm gonna take my glasses off for this. Let's dig into why this is a problem. When we speak about moving forward as a community, right? A lot of our drawbacks or setbacks are because people don't see Black people as full, realized human beings, correct? Okay, and so when Black people do, we do our protesting, we do our fighting, yada, yada, yada. There's always going to be white people who want to center themselves. Ooh. No matter how great and awesome of a person they are, there's always going to be white people who want to center themselves in the struggle. Now, how fucking dare this person think that white people should be centered? Okay? Let the church say amen.
Amen.
How dare this person think that white people should be centered in the struggle and freedom of Black people? You tell me that.
That is insane.
That's fucking insane. It's disrespectful. And like, I don't care if you felt like, why are you saying to me that white people, because white students don't see themselves and
that's exactly what's happening.
Because white people don't see themselves as being on the good side of history, that
yeah.
This goes into
affirmative action.
This
goes into the eliminating of Black history in schools.
Come on.
This goes to y'all trying to defund HBCUs.
Come on.
This goes to y'all trying to eliminate Black Lives Matter movement and making it a fraudulent thing.
Critical race theory.
This goes to, that's what it is.
Yes.
Critical race theory. This goes to it all.
Yes.
This is exactly.
Yes.
And this is why they're trying to get rid of TikTok.
Yes. This is another thing of like trying to censor. I don't care. And anybody who wasn't thinking like the way me and sister thinking right now would think, oh, this isn't that bad.
No, it is. It's horrible.
It's fucking terrible. How dare you think you need to be centered and recognized? Because if you were really doing the work, this wouldn't fucking matter.
And see, and this is the problem, because there's so many Black people that are still hidden heroes. That's why the movie like Hidden Figures was so important and stuff like that. There's so many people that have fought and died for the rights that we take for granted nowadays. So for y'all to be like, oh, but we did it too. Now, okay, we're not saying that we're not saying that we don't see you. Don't get it twisted. Oh, we're not saying that we don't see you. We watched the movies. We saw the freedom fighters. We saw the march on Selma. We saw it all. However, at the end of the day, y'all are still not being marginalized the way that we are to this day. So you should not be like, instead of pushing that narrative, there's other ways to go about this. But this is not in my opinion, this is not the way. I don't think that you need a Hall of Fame for doing what the fuck is right.
Ooh, there it is.
You don't get a medal for doing what is right. That's just point blank period. Those that look like us, that are being honored in like the National Museum of History and all those things, like African American Museum of History, like they're not here to tell their story. Like those that are here had to fight just to get those stories to be told. So for y'all to sit here and be like, oh, well, we deserve, our own type of credit, instead of fighting to get credit for those who are really doing the work.
Yeah, and this is at Tougaloo College in Tougaloo, Mississippi. Yeah. And it's disgusting. I'm fucking disgusted. Centering, and that's something that a lot of movements have had an issue with, is these white saviors, and well, I did the work and whatnot, and I'll even go so far as say white people in D9.
Oh my!
I'm going to say it. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying it. Last episode of the season here.
We need separation, because I literally...
Do you hear me?
The mediocrity constantly being celebrated all the time. And then we're mad at stuff like this.
You miss me with all of that shit. Miss me with all of that. Yeah. We've had to make safe. We've had to include white people in our safe spaces. So miss me. Literally miss me.
You even got white people doing braids now. Like,
Get the fuck swerve from around me. Get from around me with that shit. This is insane to me.
And y'all are actually going to them. Call me this white girl in Atlanta braiding my hair. Are you kidding me?
Are you smoking crack?
Excuse me, Sharon.
I don't know. I just thought that shit was crazy.
It's the fact when Sis first presented it, I needed her to say it slowly. I was like, wait, say that again?
Correct.
Because I was kind of like, huh?
Because white students can't see themselves in good people.
And that's crazy. So it's like, even like what you read, like some of them, like, it's okay that you celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Like, So the fact that it was more black people that were being celebrated, that's why y'all took it upon yourselves to be like, well,
Yeah. Yes. Because the students, white students, didn't see themselves in that. But that's to say that, y'all not going to like this when I say it. I'm not going to like it when I say it. But to be white is inherently violent. That is a part of white culture.
shit.
I knew y'all not going to like that.
Shit.
Y'all are not going to like that.
But it's you're not wrong.
Think about all, and not even just black people, right? We're talking about like every other POC, and every other POC's interaction with white people has always been violent. Taking of lives, taking of land, taking of taking of rights. It is always violent. It is never done. It's never
The right way.
It's never done. It's never. White people are never incorporated in a way that is conducive to any community.
The Civil Rights Act, I'm going to continue. I think I've said it maybe 8 times in the last couple months. The Civil Rights Act of 1965 was passed because Lyndon B. Johnson saw how fucking crazy y'all was acting and said, oh, hell nah. Like, damn, like, I know y'all ain't like them, but, like, you doing all this? Mm-hmm. Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nat Turner was killed and hung because he said, I'm not about to deal with this. Y'all can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. Like, come on. Mm-hmm. And the fact, for me, when sis sent me the link, it's the nominations form for me.
You can nominate somebody today.
It's the nominations form. So, like, and I'm curious, who would y'all put in that list? Ryan Reynolds? I mean, what?
No, he got married at a plantation.
Did he?
Yes.
So did Justin Bieber. Sorry. In South Carolina. I just want to put that out there. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. The work that needs to be done is white people need to face what their ancestors did, right? That's a lot. And listen, that's a lot to reckon with. Even if I'm like, I'm a good white person, you know, I do what I'm supposed to do. You have to reckon. That takes a lot of work.
So my thing is like, so then put yourselves in our shoes. How the fuck do you think we felt in school? We're sitting there having to learn about from a white teacher, learn about slavery and all that shit, the Civil Rights Act, all that stuff. We had to sit there and learn about it and take it, knowing that our grandmothers and their mothers and their mothers and their fathers had to deal with that shit. So why in the fuck can't y'all learn about the egregious shit that y'all did? And that's not us saying that you're like the grandmother that you go to Sunday dinner for is like that. But at the end of the day, somewhere down that line, somewhere down that line was a bunch of racists.
Yeah.
Somewhere down that line, you have an ancestor looking down at you when you're playing basketball with Jamal and them that is disgusted.
Ooh, shit. Damn.
They're like, absolutely fucking not.
Rolling in their grave.
Just like we have some ancestors that probably was tap dancing and cooning just like Samuel L. Jackson was in Django.
Damn. Oh, for sure.
The difference between us and y'all is that we have no problem accepting that. Like, yeah, that probably was true. Yeah, my ancestors were a slave. Yeah, my grandmother was a freedom bus rider. Yeah, my grandfather was this. Yeah, all this, all that. Now, you got the new form of Ku Klux Klan sitting in government offices.
I was just about to go there. Sis.
And governor's offices that are like, actually, like, can we take that part out? Because we don't want them to feel bad about themselves. It shouldn't make you feel bad about yourself. You should be able to go home and be like, hey, Ma, we learned about the march on Selma today in school. Like, did you know if any of our ask the question.
Yeah.
Do you know if Mima and them was marching with them
and
or was waiting for them at the end of the bridge?
And those are the questions that need to be asked. But I think a lot of people are scared to ask.
They're scared to answer them.
They're scared to ask them because they're scared of the answer that they're going to get. Although I think some of them also already know the answer.
Were they marching with them or were they waiting for them at the edge of that on the end of that bridge?
When you're not. I guess. Listen, I'm not white, right? But I guess when you never have to really reckon with accountability in your everyday life, then it's hard to be accountable for something that you didn't do. Because that's why they're like, well, I didn't do that. That was them. Yes, but a part of that, genetics, it was called epigenetics, that stuff follows you, like the way PTSD follows black people.
The way that you think.
Yeah,
You may have thought, like, why do I always feel this type of way when I see such and such? Or why do I, like, I wish I could have braids or whatever. Like, those type of things matter.
Yes.
You should want to know why you feel, like, you know, oh, well, I've always watched Medea movies. So, no, like, there's something deep down.
Yeah.
That kind of resonates with you.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with just educating yourself. The fact that y'all are going to raise ignorant ass kids, that's why I said the children are not the future. I don't know who the fuck Whitney was talking about.
Damn.
But these kids are not it, because they're going to grow up ignorant to their history because of those that are trying to erase it. Mm-hmm. Like, serious. You're not trying to erase nothing else. You're not trying to erase nothing else.
Just all of the black history.
Like,
that's crazy.
Because we're telling the truth. We don't have, what do we need to lie for?
Really?
What do we need to lie for?
Yeah, what do we gain from that?
Anyways.
That shit was crazy.
That shit is wild. It's like I said, it's a nominations form for me. Like, it's still open.
Mm-hmm. Like right now.
Go ahead and send your stuff in. That's just that's wild to me.
It's crazy.
2 other things.
Okay, let's do it.
You know, I'm gonna switch these around. So sis pissed me off before we got started with the notion that the NBA is allegedly restructuring the All-Star game.
Yes. Hold on, let me find it again. They have restructured. Here it is. Let me get my glasses, y'all. So, NBA unveils its new All-Star game format. Okay, here's the new format for the 2025 NBA All-Star game.
Oh, I mean, this is happening in like 2 months.
Okay, so mini tournament with 4 teams and 3 games. First bullet says 24 NBA All-Star selections divided evenly into 3 8-player teams. The 4th team is Castrol Rising Stars champion. Second bullet, honorary team general managers, TNT analysts Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith, and Candace Parker. Third bullet, Barkley, O'Neal, and Smith draft their team rosters from a pool of 24 NBA All-Star selections. Parker is GM of Castrol Rising Stars champion. Next bullet, 2 teams meet in one semifinal, game 1, and remaining 2 teams meet in the other semifinal, game 2. Winning teams from game 1 and game 2 advance to face each other in championship, game 3. And then lastly, winner of each game is first team to reach or surpass 40 points. Yep.
Okay, wait. Because you just said multiple games.
Yeah. So, okay. So there are 4 teams. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Charles Barkley's team.
Shaq, Candace, and Kenny.
Kenny, yes. Now, Candace is and there's Castrol Rising Stars champion.
What is it name?
I'm thinking like Castrol Oil.
That's what...
I think it seems sponsored. I think it's a sponsored thing.
That's the
The
problem.
Castrol gas company or gasoline company.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So each of them. So here's the thing. It says Barkley, O'Neal, and Smith will draw 8 players from the 24 NBA stars that they get to choose from. Okay. And then whoever's on the Castrol team, I guess nobody gets to pick them. That's Parker's team, right? So the two teams meet in one semifinal, game 1. So that could be like Barkley and O'Neal's team, right? And then in game 2, it'll be Smith and Parker's team. And so let's say in game 1, Barker's team wins, and then game 2, Smith's team wins. And so the final game is Barkley and Smith's team. So yeah, I don't know. They just, yep, that's all I got. That's all I got. Yep, that's it. That's the new format. I haven't watched the NBA All-Star shit in so long. So, but you know, ball is life for Sherelle. I'm sure my mom and my brother will be blowing up the group chat about this. Actually, let me screenshot this and send this to them.
You know...
And ruin their day like I ruined you.
Yeah.
That's not funny.
I'm
sorry.
Ruined.
I'm sorry.
Like,
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
so. First of All-Star Weekend. It's 3 days. So when are all these games taking place? The way that All-Star Weekend hasn't been bothering anybody.
Right.
We have the final All-Star game at the end, blah, blah, blah. You have the celebrity game, skills challenge, all that stuff like that. And now...
Does none of that happen now?
And if that's the case, I'm down to riot. I need to talk Adam Silver.
I mean, to be fair, the dunk contest has been whack for
The
years.
dunk contest has been whack. Like last year, I was highly disappointed.
Yeah.
As a Knicks fan, I don't ever want to see what's his name, Jericho Sims in a slam dunk contest ever again. Yeah. Like the last 2 years have been absolutely horrendous. That doesn't mean that you just change the format. What that means is you get better dunkers. And again, I think you know what? Simone called me a nigga that gets my nails done the other day.
Damn.
And maybe...
That might be the name of the episode. Damn.
Because she literally was like, because you watch sports. I'm like, so? She was like, but you actually understand it. I'm like...
Yeah.
I mean...
You are a nigga that gets your nails done.
Whatever.
Look at her. Look at her.
I just don't understand, like, the reason... I just want to be a consultant for everybody. Because I just feel like... What you need to do is let these niggas play ball, let them fight, let them dunk the way that they used to back in the day, and all will be right with the world. We can sit here and talk about, like, you want change and things like that. This is not the change that we want. Everything doesn't need to change. Everything doesn't need... What was wrong with the way that the format was before? What you need to be focused on is getting viewership up. And this is not good. I don't think this is going to help. I don't think this is going to help. And this is when you said something about castor oil or whatever you said.
Castrol.
Yeah. Like.
Rising Stars champion. Whoever. I don't know. I guess Rising Stars in
Let
the
me
NBA.
see. Let me see.
Castrol gasoline. We don't have a lot of those here in the North
So
America.
so basically the champion of the Rising Stars Challenge? Is that what that is?
I have no idea.
I have questions.
I don't understand. I do not
I am
understand.
one of those people that still, I actually like, I kind of make All-Star Weekend like a thing. Like I pop popcorn. I like to watch the dunk. I like to, partake in the festivities from my couch. But like.
Kevin Durant had something to say.
I'm sure he did.
Hold on, let's see.
Is it like 4 different teams?
Yeah, 4 teams, 6 players each. I think they're drafted by like Kenny and Shaq and Chuck, and then it's like a tournament style first to 40 points.
I hate it. Absolutely hate it. It's terrible. All-Star game, formats changing, all the formats terrible in my opinion. And we should just go back to East-West and just play a game. I think we've been trying to bring that flair back somehow with the All-Star weekend, but I think we just keep it traditional. But we'll see how this one works. You never know. I might be wrong. I'm just another guy with an opinion, but we'll see how it works.
I guess I got to side with Kevin Durant, which is very unlike me, but
Damn.
I don't like this. I don't like it. The NBA, the NFL is going to tank the NBA. The NFL is going to tank the NBA.
Damn.
Because you're doing stupid shit like this. The NFL hasn't changed nothing.
You're right.
If anything, they're adding. They're not changing, they're adding. So I need Adam Silver and Roger Goodell to get to, can we get a teams meeting going?
I don't
Maybe
know.
Roger Goodell could. Now, when it comes to like social injustices and all the things like that, NBA is first because the NFL don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But what the NFL is doing is garnering new opportunities for people. This is just, who asked for this? Who asked for this? Not to mention Christmas has always belonged to the NBA. Now Christmas belongs to the NFL because they got Beyonce and Mariah Carey. Can I say something about Mariah Carey real quick?
Keep it cute.
I mean, listen, love her. But I think we maybe have like one more Christmas with her to hit those high notes. It's
Oh, shit.
cracking a little bit.
I'm actually tired of it. She can let it go now.
You know what I'm saying? I think we can.
We can wrap it up now.
Okay, I thought it was just me because I I was like, oh.
No.
You know, I'm not saying I'm not saying we're passing the torch to anybody.
No.
But I don't need her to hit the high note no more. It's time.
Yeah.
Enough. But back to you, NBA. I'm just annoyed. I don't like this.
You're very distraught.
I don't like it at all.
It's okay. Change is good sometimes. Maybe East versus West wasn't really working.
But it was. It's been working for decades.
Has it though?
Yes. They come, they toss the ball, they play with their friends. Now you're trying to make it hella competitive. Why don't you make the game more competitive?
Well, actually, no. This could actually be good because now it could be competitive, like for real. Like
we want the competitiveness during the season. Like, why don't you get refs to stop making bitch ass calls? Okay, why don't you let them fight again? That was where the competitiveness was.
We're not in the hood. This isn't.
But it is. You keep getting the one from the hood.
This isn't Rutgers. What's that park in New York?
Yeah, you was right, but Rutgers, it should be.
It's not. This isn't street ball.
But nobody asked for tournaments. This is not tennis.
Sherelle, this is not street ball.
But it's not tennis. It's not none of that.
This is not an and one mixtape.
But why not? See, that's like.
What's the last topic? I'm not dealing with your ass.
You know what? Adam Silver, meet me outside.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you need a consultant, I got you. Like, me and Kevin Durant clearly can work together because we like, oh. Anyways, last but not least, we ended on some good stuff. Our outgoing president, the 46th president of the United States, Mr. Joe Biden.
Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Hey, Joe.
Is making history. He has appointed 40 black women as federal judgeship, the more than any other sitting presidents ever. More than Barack Obama, more than George Bush, all of them. On top of him nominating Ketanji Brown Jackson.
So these 40 judges, they're just going to be like all over the country?
They are all over. They are of different districts and everything. And the 40th came because he appointed, her name is Judge Tiffany Johnson, I want to say, of Northern Georgia. So, hold on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me.
Period.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yep.
Patience. There you go. Sheesh.
Okay. With the confirmation of Judge Tiffany Johnson of the Northern District of Georgia, Biden has now appointed 40 black women to lifetime federal judgeships, more than any president in U.S. history. The milestone is particularly significant in a judiciary long criticized for lacking diversity. However, with a divided Congress and upcoming second Trump presidency, his picks could serve as a critical counterweight to policies that might target civil rights in marginalized communities. In total, Biden has appointed 62 black judges, the most by any president in a single term. Among these appointments are historic firsts such as Tiffany Cunningham, the first black judge on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit, and Dana Douglas, the first black woman on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit. Approximately 40% of Biden's confirmed black judges come from diverse professional backgrounds, including civil rights lawyers, public defenders, and others who have dedicated their careers to protecting civil and human rights.
Wow. Very nice. I love it.
Even with that beautiful news, Trump is trying to get rid of that as well. There has been some legislation that is being pushed that will have...
To try to get rid of all of them?
Yeah, but Biden said that he will veto it, if it happens. But Trump and Mike Johnson, let me tell you something. That's the one y'all need to look out for.
Who, Mike Johnson?
That's the House Speaker. Y'all need to look out for him. He's very polished and poised, almost too polished and poised for me. I don't trust him. And he's from Louisiana. So.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all need to pay attention to that man. But anyway, shout out to President Biden.
Shout out to you, Joe.
That is amazing. We love that for you. We love that for us.
Period.
And hopefully Trump will learn to stop messing with black judges. I mean, I don't know what else he needs to learn. They keep shutting his ass down. Like, stop messing with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm a judge. I'm a judge too.
Yeah.
Judge,
jury, and executioner.
Yeah.
You're damn right.
Yeah. All I need is a gavel.
Dum, 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 dum,
exactly.
Dum,
See, I knew it.
I never watched the show before though. I mean, the theme song is everywhere though. Well, that's it for this week's episode.
What do you mean you never watched Law and Order?
I never really watched it.
Like SVU though, you've watched SVU at least.
I don't know none of them characters' names. I don't know them people. I know that guy with the big butt, the white guy with the big butt.
Yes, Detective Stabler.
Sure.
Elliot Stabler.
And then the
Detective Olivia Benson.
Who's her mom in real life? Ain't a famous woman?
Yeah, both of her parents are famous actors.
Oh, okay.
They died a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's it, y'all.
Very rude.
I ain't gonna watch it ever. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen, that's it for this season.
Damn.
And I just checked. Y'all didn't leave a review. So you going?
Are you sure?
I'm looking right at it, Sherelle. What is that? You read that one last week.
I sure did.
Yeah, and that one.
I did.
Yeah. So y'all gonna let us in season 8.
Let's see.
There's nothing on YouTube.
It might be.
It's not. There's no reviews on YouTube.
We did get a new follower though on YouTube.
Thank you for the follow, you new person. But yeah, y'all gonna let us in season 8 with no new reviews. Damn. That's nasty work.
That is kind of nasty work.
That's disgusting. How we gonna be your favorite podcast?
I can't even
And you never left a review. Yeah, no. Y'all should be ashamed.
I can't save y'all from this one.
And now you're gonna have to wait until after inauguration to hear our voices again.
Yeah, because it's definitely gonna be after inauguration.
Yeah.
Because listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
So while y'all waiting, think on that. You're gonna have more than enough time to write a review. That's for damn sure.
Are you gonna watch the inauguration?
Hell no.
A lot of people are saying that they're not going. Jimmy Carter said he's not going.
Is Jimmy Carter still talking?
That's why I said. Okay, he did not say that.
He didn't say
they just not trying to travel with him.
Okay.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
They not trying to travel.
No,
with
I'm
him.
not watching it. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, facts. All facts.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's it. Listen, we are on a whole bunch of streaming platforms.
Yup.
Where you didn't leave reviews at.
Ooh.
But first we're on Twitter. We're still on Twitter, right?
Yes.
We're on Twitter at Headwrappod.
Yes.
We're on Instagram at Headwraps and Lipsticks. Check out our Facebook page, Headwraps and Lipsticks, the podcast. Go to our website, www.headwrapsandlipsticks.com, where we have crew necks and t-shirts that are for sale but not on sale. We have a Cash App, $Headwrappod. If you want to, give us a Christmas gift of cash,
Yeah.
we surely will take it.
I like that.
Hell yeah. Lastly, we are on a bunch of streaming platforms: Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. TikTok not for long. Sis.
We don't, let's.
I'm
I'm trying to be optimistic, like Sounds of Blackness, but I don't know.
I don't have it in me.
I don't know, dog.
I don't have it in me. Anyway.
Yeah.
What is your joke to end out this season?
All right, this is funny.
It better be good. This is it.
I think this is funny.
This is it for 2024.
What do you call a group of anxious dinosaurs?
A nervous wreck. Did I get it right?
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Why are you mad?
'Cause first you ruined my night with the NBA talk, and then you spoiled my joke.
I don't get the wreck. Is it nervous wreck?
Because people say it's let's be honest, people they don't say a nervous wreck. They say a nervous wreck.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay.
Don't talk.
She mad at me because I guessed her little corny joke.
Yeah. Anyways, we love y'all.
Yes. Safe holidays.
Safe holidays.
Catch y'all next year.
Peace and blessings.
Bye.